Are you ready to debunk some common geographical myths and misconceptions? From Vikings to vast deserts to the mythical Bermuda Triangle, our planet is full of wonders and mysteries. But not everything we think we know about Earth's geography is true. Without further ado, let's get started. This myth likely stems from a fascination with indigenous Arctic cultures and their relationship with snow. While it's true that some Arctic languages have multiple words for snow, the number is not substantially higher than in other languages. Additionally, the specific number varies among different Arctic cultures and languages. Now, don't get me wrong. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain above sea level, standing at 8,148 meters. However, if measured from base to summit, Mauna Kea in Hawaii is taller, with much of its mass submerged beneath the ocean's surface. This makes Mauna Kea the tallest mountain on Earth from base to summit. The term desert refers to a biome characterized by low precipitation levels, not necessarily by high temperatures. While the Sahara is the largest hot desert in the world, the Antarctic Desert, which covers the continent of Antarctica, is the largest desert by total area, followed by the Arctic Desert. This myth likely originated from artistic depictions in the 19th century and popular culture rather than historical accuracy. There is no archaeological evidence to suggest that Vikings wore horned helmets. This myth has been circulating for years, and while the Amazon rainforest is undeniably vital to our planet's health, it doesn't produce as much oxygen as you might think. In reality, the majority of the oxygen we breathe comes from phytoplankton in the ocean. They produce around 55 to 80% of the world's oxygen, compared to the Amazon rainforest's contribution of about 6 to 9%. So while the Amazon is incredibly important for biodiversity and climate regulation, it's not the sole oxygen provider. While regions near the equator receive intense sunlight throughout the year, they are not necessarily the hottest places on Earth. Factors such as elevation, proximity to large bodies of water, and local weather patterns can influence temperatures. For instance, some desert regions, such as the Sahara and the Mojave Desert, experience higher temperatures than equatorial regions due to their low humidity and intense solar radiation. The Bermuda Triangle, located in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, has gained a reputation for mysterious disappearances of ships and aircraft. However, research has shown that the number of incidents in the Bermuda Triangle is not significantly higher than in other heavily trafficked oceanic regions, and many of the reported disappearances can be attributed to natural causes or human error. While Polaris, also known as the North Star, is important for navigation due to its proximity to the North Celestial Pole, it's not the brightest star in the sky. In fact, it's relatively faint compared to many other stars visible to the naked eye. While many glaciers appear white or blue due to trapped air bubbles and the compression of ice, some glaciers can take on different colors. Glacial ice can appear brown or even green due to the presence of rock particles, algae, or other impurities. While the Galapagos Islands are famous for their diverse wildlife, including the Galapagos tortoise, they are not named after this iconic species. The name Galapagos is derived from the Spanish word for saddle, referring to the shape of the giant tortoise shells. While Australia is commonly referred to as an island, it is more accurately classified as a continent due to its size and geological characteristics. The largest island in the world by land area is Greenland, followed by New Guinea. The Kármán line, located approximately 100 kilometers above sea level, is often considered the boundary between Earth's atmosphere and outer space. However, the density of Earth's atmosphere gradually decreases with altitude, and there is no definitive boundary that marks the end of the atmosphere. While the Dead Sea is indeed very salty, there are other bodies of water with higher salinity. For example, Don Juan Pond in Antarctica and the Assal Lake in Djibouti have been recorded as having even higher salinity levels than the Dead Sea. While desertification is a concern in many regions around the world, including parts of the Sahara Desert, the notion that the entire Sahara is rapidly expanding is misleading. While some areas may be experiencing desertification due to factors like climate change and human activity, other parts of the Sahara are relatively stable or even experiencing revegetation. While the Amazon rainforest is often portrayed as a pristine wilderness, it has been inhabited and influenced by indigenous peoples for thousands of years. Additionally, human activities such as deforestation, agriculture, and resource extraction have had significant impacts on the region's ecosystems. While many deserts are indeed characterized by vast stretches of sand dunes, not all deserts have sandy terrain. Deserts can also feature rocky landscapes, gravel plains, salt flats, and even snow-covered expanses, such as Antarctica, as we mentioned before, depending on factors such as climate, geology, and erosion patterns. While some volcanic eruptions are indeed highly explosive and produce dramatic eruptions of ash, smoke, and lava, not all volcanic activity follows this pattern. Volcanoes can exhibit a wide range of eruption styles, from gentle effusive eruptions that produce slow lava flows to more explosive events driven by the release of gas and magma pressure. While the Sahara Desert is known for its extreme temperatures, it is not necessarily the hottest place on Earth. Other regions, such as Death Valley in California, USA, hold the record for the highest air temperature ever recorded on Earth, reaching over 56.7 degrees Celsius in 1913. While many islands are indeed formed through volcanic processes, such as magma rising from beneath the Earth's crust to create land above the surface of the ocean, not all islands have volcanic origins. Some islands, known as continental islands, are formed by the erosion and deposition of sediment, while others are the result of tectonic uplift or other geological processes. While oxygen is an essential component of Earth's atmosphere, making up about 21% of its composition, the majority of the atmosphere is actually composed of nitrogen, which accounts for approximately 78% of the air we breathe. Trace gases such as argon, carbon dioxide, and water vapor make up the remaining fraction. While the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza and other ancient Egyptian monuments involved a large workforce, there is no evidence to support the idea that the workers were slaves. Historical records and archaeological evidence suggest that the labor force responsible for building the pyramids likely consisted of skilled workers, craftsmen, and farmers who were conscripted for temporary labor during the agricultural off-seasons. Contrary to this popular saying, lightning can and does strike the same location multiple times. Tall structures such as skyscrapers, antennas, and mountain peaks are often struck repeatedly during thunderstorms due to their height and prominence. While both the North Pole and the South Pole experience extremely cold temperatures, the South Pole tends to be slightly colder on average due to its higher elevation and the continent of Antarctica's interior location, which is colder than the Arctic Ocean surrounding the North Pole. That was it! I hope you enjoyed every single one of the myths. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time.